The Tale of the Gods and Man, Episode 2. When the men got back rejoicing, expecting a warm welcome from their wives, but received none, they became curious, very curious to see such a thing happen. They went inside the room to check what must have gone wrong and found their wives in tears. "Why are you all crying?" they asked. "Is this supposed to be tears of joy?" "We must go," exclaimed one of the women. "There is nothing here for us," the other woman said. "No fertile land, no good water. The land is desolate," she continued. "How do you mean?" one of the men asked. "The king made sure he verified the land before we came." "You can't say that. Perhaps we will have to guide you all next time to check the land." "No, my elder," the elder's woman explained in tears. "The other side of the land ends in a jungle, and the other ends into the very ocean." They all argued for few more minutes before they men could convince them to stay, at least for them to prove that the land was actually productive. The next day, the women with their husbands took off to explore and found out all the king had told them, but all they could see were wild animals and dirty waters, just as the women lamented. They became furious and realized that they had left a paradise to hell. Could this be a punishment from the gods? One of the men asked. "You must leave at once," a woman said. "Unfortunately, we can't do that on our own. We must convince the king first." "How?" "The land is desolate and barren. We can see that," the women lamented. "The king made a decree, and I don't think he is going to go back on it so easily," the eldest of the men concluded. Few weeks went by, while they men still die in silence, for they fear for their lives, what the king could do to them. But one must speak up, an elder must act as one, because an adage says, "An elder cannot be in house, while the goat delivers on stick." The eldest, in dismayed, gave courage to the rest as they summoned the king. "Your Majesty," they pleaded, "we think we have been cheated and betrayed by the storyteller. The land we left is far better than this place. Please, Your Highness, we were misled so much by tales of this land's greatness. There is nothing here for us. Let us return to our home, to the land that has always provided for us, while we still have our respect for us." But King Ojukwu, too proud to admit his mistake, refused. "We are royalty. How can we return after abandoning our kingdom? No. I believe the gods brought us here for a reason, so we need to have patience to see what the gods have prepared for us. We will remain here and make this land our new home." The court, though loyal, could see the futility of their situation. Without the fertile lands of their kingdom, they grew weaker by the day, feeding only from their hunting and leftover waters, while despair darkened their hearts. "We have only one option to turn the king's decision," one of the men said. "What option is that?" They all gambled on the word. "The queen. We all know how much the king loves his queen. If she can speak up, the king might reconsider." "The queen?" the woman asked in surprise. "The queen, who had been suffering from curious sickness for some time, and sometimes act insane. The king does not let her out of his sight. How possible could this adventure be?"